So what happens when two units collide? In this case, when graphic design unit collides with the animation unit, this assignment kind of bridges the two. So we're actually going to create graphic designs, two of them, a pumpkin man and a snowman, in Illustrator, and then we're going to bring those two images into Photoshop, and we're going to create an animated GIF. So if you look at mrjaffe.net, you can see I've got an example right there. Okay. So the steps to accomplish this, and minimize that. We want to go into Adobe Illustrator. Because we were just there, weren't we? But this is going to start in Adobe Illustrator, and I want to go create new. And I want to go to print. And remember, you can pause, rewind, fast forward through this video. We want letter. And we want to call this HolidayFL. And otherwise, I think we're good. Click Create. Do a Command 0. And I've got the Essential Classic up. And you can expand these panels. All right. So that you have access to all the drawing tools that we've been using in class. Let me do a Command 0 again to kind of center it. All right, so I'm going to go and expand this here. That way I show my layers. And I'm going to start off with the ellipse tool, and I want to create the basic body shape of a pumpkin man that we'll also use to duplicate for our snowman. So I'm going to kind of make it look like a snowman to start with. Just since Pumpkin Man's going to look the same. Use the selection tool and kind of get those guys the size I want. Play around with it, right? Like we do everything. Okay. All right, so I want to make sure, to go back to my example, that the basic structure stays in the same place and is the same size, just has different decorations, different artwork on it. All right, so in that case, let me click out. I need to duplicate this guy on a duplicate layer. So I'm just going to go up here, down here to my layers panel. So you got to get that open. Okay, Essentials Classic, and I've got these panels expanded. I'm also going to a single toolbar. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that's the layer is selected because it's blue, and I'm going up here, right up here, as you could see. I've got different things I can do, and one of them is to duplicate layer 1. So there's my copy, layer 1 copy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lock this bottom layer, which will become my snowman later, and I'm going to go to this layer 1 on top. Make sure you lock it so that you don't draw on two different layers the same scene. So this one's going to be a pumpkin man, and I'm going to go ahead and click. I'm going to go ahead and click on all three of these guys, and I'm going to fill them. How did I do that? How did I just do that? Well, I just held the shift key down and clicked each one with the selection tool. And that allowed me then to have them all selected and put them to the color I want. Okay. Then of course I can use the drawing tools, the brushes, the pen tool, whatever I want to create my pumpkin man. Okay. Think, 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 right? Mm, 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 mm. So on and so forth, right? You get the idea. Again, go to this example, right? Go to that example if you need it. So, and also make sure you put some stick arms on them. Okay, some arms, fingers, make them look scary. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Let me get on that guy there. that. Okay, so now for the background, probably easier to use another layer. So I'm going to create a new layer, and my layer 3 here, I'm going to bring that below layer 1 copy. In other words, just below my pumpkin layer, so I can then put some kind of cool background behind it, right? Fill it with maybe some cool gradient. Where are my gradients? Let's find those gradients. Remember the gradients, right? Remember, so we go here. No, we're going to go to swatches. No, swatches. There, it's already there, swatches. And under swatches, we can go to gradients and go to those brights if we want. Find some cool background to use. As you can see from the example, an actual scene would do much better than just gradient, but I'm just showing you, just giving you an example for the training. All right, so when I'm done with my pumpkin man, I want to merge all layers that relate to the pumpkin man. So I'm going to click on my 2 layers, holding the shift key down. And if there was a third layer, whatever, that relates to the pumpkin man, you select those 2, right? And then I'm going to merge those because I just want one layer. So I'm going to merge selected. I just want one layer that's going to be the pumpkin man. I'm going to double click on this. I'm going to call this pumpkin. Pumpkin. Okay. Man. All right. And then click out here. When I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and lock the pumpkin man, turn the eye of the pumpkin man off, and unlock layer 1. So now I could work on the snowman, same way I worked on the pumpkin man. If you do add a background, you should. Of course, yes, you're going to add a background. So we're going to add a new layer and bring layer 3 below layer 1. And I'm going to go ahead and just put another gradient background again. You can see that the fill was white, so that's why you see it white. If your fill was off, so if we go this layer, just let's just say, right, if our fill was turned off when we did when we used this drew the circles. Of course, it wasn't, but if it was, then you would need to fill these guys. Oops, make sure we're on the right layer. We would, come on now, go here. That's the one we want. Click out. Okay, good. So click on that guy. Hold the shift key. You gotta actually click on the stroke if you're gonna select something that doesn't have a fill. Otherwise, you're gonna do what I just did and select the background, and then set that fill to white. Okay, that was just to demonstrate if you didn't have that already. And then, of course, you're going to draw the arms and draw the scene that you want for the pumpkin man. All right. Now, with that all done, again, going to our example, we're ready to merge this. So we want to go to this layer, layer 1, and hold the shift key down, click layer 3, and go up here and merge selected. And we're going to call this snowman. Snowman. Okay. I think that's one word, but anyways, snowman. So now we have 2 layers: pumpkin man, and snowman. Okay. It doesn't matter if they're locked or unlocked at this point. All right. So now we need to save this. So file, save as, and it's going to be HolidayFL. Make sure it's going into your documents. If you have this view, when you save, you find the documents over here. And HolidayFL, it's already named. It's the AI file, perfect. Click save. And replace. You won't have a replace. And then click OK. There we go. And that completes part 1. So when you're ready to go with the next step, it'll be the training video part 2. And that will be done in Photoshop using this file. All right? Very good. Thank you. Bye.